So I'm finally starting this YouTube thing. Growing up, I actually used to spend all of my savings and my allowances, any birthday gifts of cash on digital cameras and recorders, like those camcorders where you put the cassette in type things. And I actually would have my cousins and my little sister act out different skits and scenarios for me to film. It was something I loved so much that my parents actually thought when I was little and in that phase of life that I was going to apply for film school and be maybe a director or producer of some sort, something that involved cameras. So starting this YouTube channel is starting this YouTube channel is me rekindling that fire, that fun, that playfulness in a hobby that brought me so much joy. To create content, this is, I would say, to be able to capture content and weave it together with specific perspectives, because life is all about perspectives, isn't it? As of now, I can see myself putting videos on books, like book reviews that have had a huge impact on my life, the way I think, the models that I created, and how I approach health, wealth, relationships. I can also see myself creating cute little blogs. I want to create one for our trip to El Salvador. It was myself and Dr. Lexi who co-created the Nourishing Life Retreat, and there are so many moments of inspiration that not only were created on the way to making that retreat, but also during the retreat and after the retreat that I look forward to putting together in a long form piece of content instead of focusing on these little snippets of video or snippets of content that are going to be published and not really live for much longer than, what is it, like 24 hours, maybe a week on Instagram or TikTok or something like that. So this is me leaning into long form content, not only for creativity, but also from a business perspective. I also want to use this channel as a way to answer with more depth some of the common recurring questions that I get as not only a licensed acupuncturist, but also as who I am. I've got a background in functional health, Chinese medicine, biohacking, growing up in San Diego as a Chinese, Mexican, Korean one, as someone who has felt so much growth through weightlifting, specifically powerlifting and Olympic lifting, rekindling my love of, I would say, like poetry slash rap slash spoken word. The other thing too I'm keeping in mind as I create this, especially with no real set plan except for 6 more videos after this in the next, I'm going to say next 6 months. When I am 10 videos into this channel, 20, 30 plus videos into this channel, I can look back at this specific video as a timestamp. Like, oh my goodness, I thought the channel was going this way and then it went this way. Or, that's cute. I used to think that, and now I think this. Or, her intuition was spot on. It just needed additional experiences, challenges, and many different kinds of relationships to cultivate the conversations that would solidify certain perspectives to further illuminate that truth as truth instead of a speculation. So these videos, kind of like any podcast episodes that I did in the past as a guest or in the future when I have my own podcast, they'll all be timestamps of who I was in that moment. Because I'm sure you can relate that a lot could happen in a day. If a lot can happen in a day, lifetimes can happen in a week. And if lifetimes can happen in a week, we can be a completely different kind of person with new perspectives in a month, let alone 6 months or a year. So I'm looking forward to documenting a part of this evolution, documenting a part of the fun, the lessons, the insights, and growing this community together here. I think that's it for the first video. So if you are inspired to join me on this journey of experimentation, the art of YouTube, filmmaking, vlogging, putting my ideas out there in a way that feels a little bit more vulnerable because it feels more permanent than something like Instagram, I'd love for you to subscribe and join along. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much for being here. It means more than you know. And I hope that there was something valuable here for you, even if this was just a video you put on so that you would do the dishes. And I hope that you continue to lean into inspiration to create a line that you're proud of.